Rawr.
Oh, hi! Distinguished adventurers, welcome to Community Q&A. I'm a blue dragon.
I'm the red dragon.
We're here to answer all of your questions. Sorry, I can't keep that on because I can't see.
Yeah. Mine sits nicely right on the top, so I don't have to worry too much about that.
Mine's a bit low. So, I mean, I could do the entire stream like this, but if you would like me to actually see chat or answer questions or interact with you in any way, shape, or form, I need to.
Yeah.
So yeah, I had to buy a onesie, and then Sean's like, I have onesies, and then we went, well, now we have to wear our onesies on stream for trials!
Trials release, woohoo!
Yay, trials. For those of you who are just joining us for the first time, I am Lauren Urban. I am the content coordinator for Idle Champions of the Forgotten Realms, and with me, as always, for at least 3 episodes now, is Sean. Sean, say hi.
Hi, I'm Sean. I am the customer support person, along with Taylor, who is busy at work with the tickets right now, and I'm here to answer all the questions.
Awesome. And we're also here to give away Worm Speaker Deacon. If you haven't picked up Worm Speaker Deacon just yet, definitely unlock them in your game because look, they're adorable with the wings. Here, wait, let me grab my wings. I can't grab my wings. There we go.
I can't reach mine either.
Wings. So yes, get Worm Speaker Deacon, get all the wings. Then I'll get rid of Worm Speaker Deacon for the moment, but definitely grab that code. And also, thank you to Sasha, who is our moderator in chat, who's going to be grabbing questions from chat, because that's what we're here for. We're chatting with chat. I suspect there's going to be a lot of questions about Trials of Mount Tiamat. I'm just making a guess.
I hopefully have a lot of answers about the questions about Trials of Mount Tiamat.
I'm sure you probably have way more answers than I do, but we will do our best, and we will take down whatever questions you have that we can't answer and try to get answers for them. If you are having issues with the game, I'm just going to say this flat out. Submitting a support ticket if you are having an issue is the best way to get help, because it's hard for us to diagnose your issues because we can't see your game. But if you submit a support ticket, not only will that include all of your in-game information, but then you will get personalized assistance. If you don't know how to do that, if you come down here to this little support thing and click on it, and it's going to give you a pop-up that says, hey, we're going to open up a new browser tab. You would click OK. I'm going to say cancel, and then go ahead and fill that out and tell us what's going on, and we will do our best to help you. But today, other than that, we are here to answer, I'm guessing, as I said, trials questions. But if you have any game questions, if you have questions for the two of us, if you have questions about D&D, we're here to answer as much as possible. And
everyone's already making Sasha work so hard already.
Yeah, we're already up to 10 questions.
He's just spamming going through.
I saw. Like, I know Garwar was just before us and ground through about 100 questions, I think it was. Someone in chat will know. But yes, it is. There are a lot of questions. I do believe we know that there's some issues for WebGL, right, Sean? Yeah. Those are
there's some. It's not. I don't know if it's trials specifically related, but there is some issues with WebGL where people are getting stuck in offline progress. Team's already aware and they're working on it. So make tickets so we can check to see if you guys have exceptions we can look at and get those fixed.
Absolutely.
Well, Garwar did 100 questions exactly.
Ooh, jeez.
That means we're gonna do 101.
Oh, is that how that's gonna work?
Yeah, I have to beat Garwar.
Good luck with that. Here's what I suggest. I see a bunch of questions came in about that are not trials related, and then we got some more. So why don't you start with some of the trials related questions, and then I'll give you a break from that, and we'll go back to some of the less trials related questions, and we'll kind of bounce back and forth. Because otherwise, I think this will just be Sean talking the entire time, and I'll feel really bad.
It does seem like it, yeah. Let's see. So let's go, Commander Boris. The question: does gilding affect the legendary buffs? I don't believe it does. I can check that later, but I think it's just a flat here. You get an extra 200% or 100% of whatever. Dr. Zejka is asking, is the Trials Founder Pack just like other Founders Packs? It doesn't go on sale. I believe that will be correct. But I don't know. Chris might have other plans when they decide if he decides to have it go on sale. But
I just figured I'd pull up the packs, so
oh yeah,
so you could all see them.
Oh, there's so many cool packs.
Yeah.
Does favor get chosen at random when you reforge a legendary? I believe so. It'll just cycle through the main favors. Cassius has a question. Why are legendary effects only DPS based, no health or gold fine? I mean, most equipment, except for like maybe one piece of equipment, it's all about DPS. So we just kept it simple like that. So it's all DPS based.
I'm going to jump in here because Halfbee is saying that they're having problems getting help to work in WebGL. It says there's no Steam credentials, no way to report, then email. So yeah, if you are having problem with that Steam or with that support link, then definitely go ahead and send us an email. Sean, do you have that email off the top of your head?
idlechampions@codenameEntertainment.com.
There you go. Definitely.
If you go to the website too, there is the support section, and you can find that email there as well.
More questions.
Yeah. Vincent, that's a quick one. I had a German text when my Modron core leveled up. Should I send a ticket for that? Do you know about that, or do I spam it? Just spam you? Oh, that's weird. That seems like a little bit of localization came out. Yeah, if you want to send that to us in a ticket, that'd be fantastic to take a look at. That's a new one.
That is it, and it's only with the Modron core. Huh. Text when my Modron core leveled up. That is a very specific. Wow.
Yeah, it seems like a bit of the localization slipped through.
Yeah.
So.
All right, let me back up a little bit and I'll answer some of the not trials related questions.
Yeah.
So Angela Spark wants to know, how many dragons does it take to answer a QA stream? 2. There you go. We've just answered that. Frankie Legia, where did you get the D20 lights? Oh, so I did get them on Amazon. But they are officially licensed D20 lights. I've had them forever. I've had one of them, and I recently got the second one. It's just usually I had a blue screen behind me. But recently I got rid of that. So, and Kevin Bowlware says, dragon costumes are awesome. Thank you. Can we expect the other guests with the other colors? At the moment, I believe we are the only stream that has committed to dragon onesies. And that is just because, as I said, I had a reason to buy a onesie, and Sean was like, I have onesies, and we got excited. So please do not pester the other streams to wear dragon costumes, because this is just something fun we were doing. Now, if they want to, yeah, so I guess we need a black, a white, and a blue, green. There we go. Black, a white, and a green. So where do we have 3 people on at the same time? I'm trying to think of what show we have that has 3 people on at the same time. They can have the other chromatic colors.
I don't think we ever do have a show with 3 people on at the same time.
Okay, wait. No. Sketching Hour.
Sketching Hour.
You don't see Alexis and Michelle, so we can just say.
But what if they drew little like dragon onesies around them?
Okay, that'd be adorable, but a lot of work. So I'm not promising anything, but I will ask.
Also, you could also bug Champions of Lore and Champions of Mental Health, Champions of Psychology, to put on onesies if they have them.
Yeah, that's true. Although they talk about pretty serious topics, so. And then
you gotta lighten things up a little bit.
That's true. Yeah, try to be a little more happy. Doorbell Stream says, are there any plans to more actively moderate the in-game chat than just scanning through reports? I know the in-game chat is something that we've been working on. It is hard to keep an eye on, just like any active chat, but we'll see what we can do. And Dana Wolf, 1973, how do you beat everything? Time and patience.
There's so many questions.
There's just so many questions. I don't know why they're suddenly color-coded the way they are, too.
I'm color-coding them to make it easy for us to pick them out. So red for me, blue for you.
Oh, okay. So yeah, I just grabbed one of your questions.
Oh, that's fine. I put it at the top. I put it at the top of the document. It's okay.
Oh, you know, I should read the top of the document. Red for me, blue. Okay. You know, we're doing this on the fly. Why don't you continue with some more questions?
Yeah. Doorbell Streams says, question, are there any plans to... Oh, I think that's the one you just did, the in-game chat.
Yes. I mean, do you have anything else to add about the in-game chat?
No, I think you nailed it. Yeah, you nailed it.
I nailed it, everybody. Yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, she nailed it. Elvergus says, hi, did the devs check that lowers anything of lower mobs health, lowers the gold that drops? I don't think we've had a chance to check that yet, you know, with the imminent trials that have been there. I will change that to yellow, though, for later. Yellow Snowflake says, a question, will there be account linking so I can play on Steam at home and check my progress on my phone? Most likely not. A lot of that is to do with the platforms themselves not really liking account linking. So it's rather than navigating, whatever 6 different contract stuff for every different platform, we just don't do it.
We just don't.
Yeah, just makes it a lot easier. And then also each platform is on a bit of a different update schedule too. So like Switch only updates once every month. So if you're on the wrong update, or you can't really go back and forth between places that have a different version number, it can cause a lot of problems. And that's just extra work we don't want to have to add.
Watching the devs get ready for their monthly ability to update on Switch is always amazing, as they're like, how much can we get in here at one time? Because
the build locks are very, very specific.
Yep, because they're always trying to do as much as possible whenever they can, because every platform is different.
Yeah.
Mathis, I know we just talked about this, but you know what? We got new people coming in all the time, so I'll answer it again. How do I report a bug? I just swapped the new guy for Brunner, and both Brunner and the guy disappeared completely. Your seem to get the new guy nor get Brunner back. I mean, that sucks. My first suggestion right away is restart your game. Not like, delete it and everything. Just like close it down, start it up again. A lot of those kind of annoying bugs will go away if you turn it off and turn it back on again. If that doesn't fix it, go to this little question mark right here for support. Click on that. Support will open in a new browser tab. Say OK, and go ahead and fill that out with as much information as possible. If that doesn't work, or if you don't have access to that, go ahead and email us with information. You can also come to our Discord if you're looking for another place that you can report, although the support tickets are really the best. So grabbing that question mark is the best way.
Lucy Era is asking a question. Can the same champion get the same legendary effect on multiple of their items, or you end up with one of each of the 6 effects? So I believe you will be able to have multiple of the same. You will be able to reforge them out of the pool of 6 that champion has available.
Also, I love Vincent Venom just said, turning it off and back on helps most of the time, if not blow on the cartridge. Yes. If you have a cartridge, absolutely blow on it. Also, that really does work with hardware, with software, so much of the time. Just turning it off and back on. You would think a website it wouldn't work for. But honestly, closing a website and opening it back up will often fix the issue. It's amazing that is just a consistent thing across all technology.
Yeah, very weird.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember seeing like studies come out. It says like this shouldn't do anything to help. Like nothing is like this isn't proven to help in any sort of way, but it just does.
It just does. In my time working for D&D Beyond, if you turn on content sharing for players in your campaign, so if you have a subscription, you can share any content that is unlocked with everybody in a campaign. If you turn that on, every once in a while, something will happen and it won't work. It was rare when I worked there. Honestly, turning off content sharing and turning it back on almost 100% of the time made it work. Because turning it off and turning it back on again fixes something.
That's why the first step in any tech support is, well, did you turn it off and on again?
Yep. I've been going through tech issues with my internet, and literally every single time it's just like, all right, did you try turning it all off and turning it back on again? I'm like, yes. I know you're asking.
Yeah. Did you turn it off, unplug it for 30 seconds, plug it back in, and then...
It's like, I know you got to ask that, but yes, that was the first thing I did. But yeah.
Bad Billy G2000 question: is there an extra week before the event starts? Yes. So next week is the anniversary event. Woo!
Yay!
And then after that is High Harvest Tide. So that means we're getting 2 back-to-back weeks of free time gate weekends.
Yep.
And then 29th we're back to Tahani.
Yep, because the Faerun calendar and our calendar don't quite match up. So there's this extra week. So there's always because the anniversary event is when we're back to the beginning of the calendar for our events, right? Right?
Yeah, so we give you like an extra week to kind of line things back up again.
Yeah, so you get 2 weeks in a row of free time gates. Yay!
Yeah, and we got stuff planned, right? The whole anniversary event, new content drop, whole shebang.
all kinds of fun stuff, new
Yeah.
streams, more streams, all the fun stuff. Also, El Dryad says, as someone in tech support, people lie about turning things off and on. I mean, I could see that. I can. But as someone who works with a lot of technology, a lot of the time that is the first thing that I go for. So, but I totally get when I call, internet tech support and the first thing they say is, did you? Because, you know what? Fair. I should have.
Yeah, the old ID10T error. Yes, that's the one. Or PEBCAC. It's also a good one.
I don't know what either of those mean. I am,
ID10T.
yeah.
Idiot. And
Oh.
PEBCAC is problem exists between keyboard and chair.
Oh, user error. Okay.
Yeah, user error stuff. Yeah.
All right. I mean, I'm okay with. Listen, if I find out it's user error and it's me, sometimes I'm actually relieved because then I'm like, oh, I can fix me a lot easier than I can fix a machine or the internet or anything.
Yeah.
So in the I'm not going to say rare, but when it happens, when it's like, oh, you're just messing something up, I'm usually super happy, a little embarrassed, super happy because I'm like, oh, I can fix me. That's something I can do.
Yeah. I remember so in previous job I worked at a cable company, so I would do a little bit of tech support here and there, but I usually worked in billing. But I got this lady one day who was having TV problems, so I usually go through the usual steps, turn off, turn on, and try this before sending them to actual tech support. So I was like, okay, ma'am, have you unplugged the box and power plug? And she's like, oh no, I could never do that. I was like, what?
Well,
She's like, well,
guess
what if
what
it catches
today?
yeah, she's like, well, what if it catches on fire? It's like, you don't worry, it totally won't. She's like, okay, and then I hear her put the phone down. You hear the little feet scampering across the ground. She's like, oh, I did it. Comes back, she's like, I did it. I unplugged it back in. I was like, yeah, awesome. Like, is it little lights on now? She's like, yeah. I'm like, it's all fixed. She's like, oh yay. Like, it was the cutest little interaction I've had with somebody for about fixing. She's like, is it gonna catch on fire? I'm like, no, I promise you, it's totally safe. You'll be totally fine. She's like, okay. It was.
That is adorable.
Yeah.
Also, if someone told her it would catch on fire, that is a legitimate reason I would never unplug something.
Yeah, neither would I.
I mean, that is false information, but if I truly believed that, I'd never unplug something. I'm like, no, it's gonna catch on fire.
Yeah. Yeah, it was funny just hearing her put the phone down, the little tap 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 of her. You can hear her walking across the room to unplug the box and then plug it back in, and then her come back the excited tap 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 of her feet coming back that it all worked. Oh,
that's
really
amazing.
Yeah. Jdog 2773 it's a question: do legendary gear get 10 upgrades or more? I believe it just stops at 10. I think I've been playing around with it a little bit today, so.
I mean, I trust you on that. So
yeah, I think 10's the cap. OG17, when you level legendary items, is the double bonus post stack? Oh god. Increased damage of all characters by 20% per elf will become 20% per elf, then times 2 instead of 40% per elf.
This is why I'm so glad you're here.
Oh, so when you upgrade them. No, so I think it would go 20%, and then so if you upgrade, I believe basically would be 20%, then 30%, then 40%, and onwards. So you'd get that much per elf, and then those elves will then be multiplicative together. So if you have 5, however multiplicative works.
And however more than one elf works.
Yeah.
How often can you say that too? If you have more than one elf.
Oh my god. Actually, funny story about that. Went to bed a little bit late last night, and Nevada was already asleep. And she talks in her sleep sometimes. So I was getting into bed, and she was like, "Oh, I found the problem with the elves." I was like, "What?" She's like, "Yeah, all the elf bones are all ready to and there's the bones and there's I was like, "What?" And she's like, "Yeah, the professor has 2 elf heads." It's like, what are you dreaming about right now?
Wow.
Oh my god.
Gilligan's Island mixed with Lord of the Rings. Wow.
I told her this morning. I was like, "Yeah, you were sleep talking last night." She's like, "What did I say?" And I told her, and she's like, "Oh my god."
Did she remember the dream she was having?
No, she never does.
Oh.
Yeah, it's always fun to try to remember what she said and then tell her the next morning, because her reactions are always super funny. It was all about her finding elf bones and not having enough bones but having 2 heads and all this stuff. And I was like, this is weird, and Don't know if I can sleep now.
I don't know. That is amazingly creepy, and I'm kind of happy, and I'm kind of here for it. Especially as we get closer to Halloween. Like, that's an amazing series of dreams you're having about elf bones.
Yeah. I was
And
like,
I
what,
wish
oh
my
God.
dreams were that memorable. Damn. All right, back to questions. Away from elf bones and back to questions.
And Morden71 says, not sure if this has been asked, but if we open a time gate of a champion that's part of a trials of Mount Tiamat, and one that requires a variation requires a I don't know. That's a good.
Are there any variations that require specific champions, or are they all just
all like pretty much a lot of the event champions all have one that says champion is required in it. So I'll ask that question to Peter right now.
Yeah, we'll double check on that. All right, while Sean is doing that, Mitzi Kitsy, I just finished Rushing Avernus. Oh, congratulations. Is there a difference if I start now or in an hour when the day changes? I assume you're asking about joining Trials of Mount Tiamat. The difference is if you join now, you'll get that hour of day one. So you can at least put some numbers up on the board, but if it's going to take that extra time to find other people to join you in the campaign, I'd say don't rush in alone or don't rush in with less than a full party of people on your first try. Put together a full party of people.
Yeah. So your timer does start when you start a new trial. So you can't join.
Oh yeah.
You can't join someone else's. So you'll be starting your own with 4 others, hopefully, and then that would be you have a full 24 hours of day one.
I misunderstood. I thought we were talking about something slightly different. But yeah, when you yeah, because it's trials are unlike most of the other events in the game in where they are the timer is on your schedule, not ours.
Yes. So based off of when you choose to start the trial, and then you have 24 hours for day 1, day 2, day 3, before blah blah blah.
Yeah. Which I think is good, because that means that if you're looking to find a full party of 5, then you don't have to feel like you have to rush it to find that last person. So, I don't know if you've already got an answer to that other question, so I'll just continue to forge ahead with some of the more fun questions here. Sultanis wants to know, where'd you guys get those awesome dragon costumes / PJs? I got mine from Amazon. Yeah.
I don't remember where we got this one from. Probably Amazon or something. We probably just searched Kigurumis online and then found a good one.
Yeah, I was looking at the Kigurumi sites and everything, and just sadly, in order to get one in a reasonable amount of time, I did get from Amazon, but it was an officially licensed one. So I do try to support the officially licensed places. And Dana Wolf, 1973, any chance we're gonna get nerds costumes? I mean, I don't know where to get those. If someone No, I'm not going to say that, because as soon as I say that, it's going to happen. Probably not, because I don't think those exist, or if they do, they're like professional costumes. Also, a nerd's costume would just be like a big round thing of one color. Like, it looked like me just putting my face through a green screen, right? There wouldn't be much going on. I could just eat nerds. We could just have nerds one day on stream. I'm sure the crunching noises wouldn't annoy anybody.
The nerds ASMR stream.
Ooh, oof. Yeah, someone who hates mouth noises, like crunch, crunch, crunch.
Oh, yeah.
That would be the worst. And I like nerds too.
Yeah. So I got kind of a partial answer from Peter. The question again was that if you open a time gate of champion that's part of a Trials of Mount Tiamat and one of the variants requires this champion, will it be possible to complete, or are we SOL? And the assumption right now is potentially SOL. The general suggestion is for these scenarios is just don't do it. Like, if you have a champion that's been pulled away from an assault party and you open up and you want to do a time gate, just don't do it for them, because I think things might break. So,
I mean, hopefully you want to put a champion as your assault champion who's pretty powerful. You want to pick someone who's pretty well geared, and so assumably when you're opening up a time gate, that's not necessarily a champion that you're you need to go after. I don't know about you, but I tend to go after champions in my time gates that I'm missing gear on. I still need a purple here, or I'm looking to level up. So the champion that I try to pick for my assault team, I try to have someone who's already pretty beefy. So if you miss out on a time gate week for them, it shouldn't hopefully be a big deal. But that's how I do time gates.
Yeah, I think what we should probably be looking to do is blocking champions from having a time gate being opened if they've been sent to the assault party.
Yeah, definitely. They shouldn't be one of the 3 that you can get for free.
Yeah,
so that makes
or
sense.
or even unlock through like time gate pieces. So it should be like fully removed until you're done the.
Yeah, I mean, we already
Yeah.
got that awesome image. That's this dragon.
All the little trials.
Yep.
Like, don't use this one. Yeah.
Nope. Can't use it. Busy doing other things. So
All right, back to other questions.
back to more questions.
Henry Lowen says, any chance to get a champion that's only for European players? Probably not. We don't like just preventing champions from being used everywhere. Like, if we're gonna put something out, it's gonna be something that everybody can use. So I know the nerds one's a bit weird because it's the restrictions are, but it's depending on if you have nerds in your country.
Yeah.
So,
But also, that's one of the reasons why we're making sure that once the promotional period is over, you can get the Nerds Champion in the gem shop. So,
Yeah.
we try to keep that in mind. We try not to put out, especially champions, because they're so core to the game, making them hard to get simply just because of where you live or, other factors that you can't control. Yeah, that would be hard.
Yeah. Cassie says, will any of the upcoming global blessings specifically aid Bahamut or Bahamut trials runs? I don't believe so, but I'm not 100%. I haven't looked at the blessings coming up in probably a while, so I'm not 100% what's in there.
I mean, but if there are, we will definitely announce them because global blessings make everybody happy. So
Yeah.
keep an eye out for that.
Yeah.
And then Trantonia wants to know any any chance of an update to the gem shop in the near future? I don't know of anything offhand, but we're always updating the gem shop. So we're always trying to keep on top of that. So
Yeah. I mean, I
don't know
imagine
anything
if
offhand.
I mean, yeah, the only thing I can think of would be like if you didn't get the Worm Speaker, Deacon, or Category, those might get added. But those are the codes that are out right now. So
Yeah.
I am, but who are you? Oh, I am I, but who are you? It says, does every group have different restrictions? Yeah. So each person in your group will have a different restrictions. I got absolutely demolished in my restrictions in the last one we did during the beta testing because I had 2 that that did not work, that just prevented me from using anybody good. So I had Dex 16 plus, and then every 10 seconds my champions took 60% of their maximum health as damage. So I had no healers, and if I didn't beat the area in 20 seconds, there was a loss, and I just couldn't do it. It was impossible.
Yeah.
I choose everybody. I tried everybody I could, but the Dex 16 just totally ruined it for me.
Yeah, this is definitely a reason to finally level up some champions that you might not be using on a regular basis because there are going to be some times in where, if the patron challenges haven't done it for you, then Trials is going to convince you that, hey, time to put a little bit of time gate love into this champion that you haven't put any time gate love into in a while.
Goer, I will ban you from this chat.
Well, what'd he do? What'd he do?
Oh, he's like, who carried you, Sean? Forgetting that I carried him through every other adventure.
Listen, okay, wait. I'm going to break up this fight as someone...
No, we are fighting, Garwar.
Listen, as someone who is not necessarily going to be the most powerful player in a trials adventure, like, I'm doing pretty good. I'm doing pretty nice, but we're looking at my trials game right now, and I will just admit I am not the strongest person in here right now. I don't have the highest DPS. But here's the thing. This is why it's a team effort. It's going to get better every time you do it. You are going to continue to level up those champions, and that's the important part, is just you're trying your best.
yeah.
And it's not always, maybe you're not putting forth the highest amount of DPS, but maybe the assault champion that you've put out there is offering a really important buff or boon or is doing something really important. So, you just try your best and it's going to be fine. And it is not about getting carried.
It's about getting carried.
Also, Garwar says having beef is our love language. I mean, I just rather have burgers. Why can't the two of you have burgers instead? Why must it be beef?
I mean, one day we will, and then we'll beef over the biggest burger.
All right, I want to be there when that happens.
Yeah.
I want to be enjoying burgers, watching the two of you enjoy burgers and argue about burgers.
Yeah.
Now I want a burger for lunch.
Yeah, oh man, me too. I actually have not eaten this. I have not eaten today yet. Well, I'm a little bit late. I left a little bit late, so I didn't get a chance to get breakfast on the way here.
Also, apparently, one of the players in my trials is in chat right now.
Oh, really?
Original Angston says, felt honored to get you in my Tiamat trial. You say that now, but here we go. So I'll just open it up. I'm doing okay.
That's a respectable number. You're not that far behind anybody else.
I am in 5th place. Yeah. We're just gonna admit it. I am not doing the best.
Angston's killing it though.
I mean, everybody else is killing it. They're all doing an awesome job. And you know what? We are on track. We are on track to kill Tiamat. So that is the important.
Honestly, I think the 300 DPS is very solid.
Well, thank you. I mean, I also might have some portions going on here.
Yeah, I mean that's fine.
Yeah,
you don't have any scrolls going either, but.
No, but
I don't think a lot of people have scrolls unless they purchased any. So
yeah, and I have not had any scrolls just yet. But here, this is the important thing I think is that everybody is doing what they can, and that it is obvious that we're working towards Tiamat's.
Oh yeah. You'll 100% beat it.
Yeah, so that's the important bit. But yeah, I do kind of look at some of those other DPS, and I'm like, oh, all right, I gotta level up a few champions. That's okay.
Yeah.
I mean,
I joined one with just Peter, so it's just me and him, and I think he got in like that same kind of 300 range, and I was like, all right, I think after all of the scrolls and stuff, I'm at like 993. But that's after like I have my category in there, so that's like assault party DPS capped, and I used a bunch of scrolls too, so
yeah.
So mine's pretty high, but yeah.
But yeah, I agree with Garwar, who's agreeing with me. So we are agreeing with each other, who says your party is going to succeed, and that's all that matters is getting the success in, especially the first
week. At least
week.
in the easy ones, yeah.
Yeah.
They definitely get a lot harder later on.
Oh yes, some of those super high level. Those are going to be a challenge. I definitely have to do some more leveling up to go. So yeah. Anyway, back to questions, and I will stop talking about the fact that like I don't have the most powerful champion.
Oh no. GE Nemesis 13's question: is there a warning when spending favor on the Forge, like when spending favor on blessings? I don't believe so. I think by the time you get to that point, like when you've beaten Avernus, you have a pretty clear idea of the favor you have and what you'll need and stuff. So I don't know if we might add one in there, but I don't know.
I don't think it's a bad idea to at least pass that along, because whenever there's a new thing in our game, just having those heads up for people who are that I'm always aware that there are people who play this game who just enjoy playing the game, who don't necessarily come to the Twitch and the Twitter and the Discord and the Facebook and all of that. So it's not a bad idea to pass along.
Oh, the onesies are in chat. It's giveaway time for the Bardic Inspiration shirt.
Yes. So if you have not, I'll go ahead and interrupt because these giveaways go fast. So if you are just listening and you want to participate in the giveaway, we've been trying to do them. They're only running for a couple minutes. That way we have a better, we're better and more likely to grab the person who's won because they're still in chat. Also, so that, especially for shows like this where we're grabbing questions from chat, the whole chat isn't just filled with people getting into the giveaway for like 10 minutes at a time. So definitely come to the chat, enter for the giveaway. Sean, did you happen to see what the giveaway was for?
It's for a Bardic Inspiration shirt, which is amazing.
Which is super cool.
I would recommend, if you have a question, just wait until the flood is done and then ask your question, just in case we don't want to miss it, right? So
I mean, we got plenty of questions now, so just hold off on your question. We'll keep going through
Yeah.
these. Also, Sasha is doing an amazing job, but Sasha can only do so much at one time. I will also say, if you are jumping into chat after just listening to us for a while, make sure you also grab Worm Speaker Deacon. Worm Speaker Deacon. He's adorable. And 3 gold deacon chests. And unlock a deacon if you haven't unlocked a deacon yet. Anyway, back to questions.
Question: some legendary rewards reward based on alignment for upgrades to neutral champions. What axis is this reference to? That's a good question. I don't know. That is a check one.
That is a check with the folks.
Yeah. I would. Yeah. I'm not. I don't even want to guess because it's a 50-50 really. But yeah, I'm not 100%.
And listen, if you're not 100%, then I'm definitely not.
Yeah.
I definitely am. We might as well wait and get a real answer from the people who can.
Yeah. Ooh, Messi Duval won the giveaway.
Hey!
Woo! Congrats, Messi Duval. Woo!
All right, wait. So we're going to take a moment because I've been meaning to do this because you cannot enjoy the epicness of this onesie that I am wearing unless I stand up. So I'm just going to do this.
Oh, yeah, show off the tail.
Yeah, I got to show off the
Yeah.
tail. I got to show off the tail and the wings.
All right. Oh, hood up. It's so big. Oh, my God. The wings are so nice.
Where's the tail?
There's the tail. Where is it? There it is. Hey. That one, I like the wings on that one.
All right, now I'll come back.
All right. Yeah, it's funny because like my wings definitely aren't as good. Like little tiny little black ones.
And so Sean already had to listen to me talk about this.
God. Green
Oh.
screen.
Oh God, green screen, green screen problems. So Sean got to listen to me talk about this before the show, but I have had fun in D&D over the last couple of years talking about how non-standard body types have got to have all kinds of issues, like sitting in chairs in D&D. Like you think about, any of the characters that have wings or tails or spikes or horns or any of that, and that's a thing to think about when you are like lying in bed or sitting in a chair. And I had fun in D&D when Orkira got mutated of like, all right, here's the thing to think about. How does she sit in a chair now? How does she sleep in the bed? Well, she doesn't, that kind of thing. Intellectually, that makes a lot of sense. And then I put on this onesie. And now I have to figure out how to sit in this chair with a tail. And admittedly, it's not a real tail. And it is a tail I can just sit on and I don't have to worry about. But yes, this has just reinforced my belief that the chairs in Faerun probably come in a variety of styles for a variety of body types. Because otherwise, you're sitting all of them sideways.
Yeah. Yeah, my tail, I either have to pull the tail up to like go up my back, or it just sits oddly and I have to sit on it.
Yeah.
But if there was nerves in there, like it would not be comfortable.
No, absolutely not. So, hey, things to think about the next time you are like, I'm going to play a winged tiefling. I'm going to play a Sauriel with a tail. I'm going to play a kobold with a tail. It's like, so, how you going to sit in that chair?
Yeah. I turn around in the doorway. No, you don't. You can't.
Yeah, or things like, I'm going to play a Goliath. All right. Are you sitting on the floor when you're eating with your friends? Like, I think those things are fun to think about from a role-playing perspective. But if not, if you're like, that's too much in the weeds, I totally understand.
So imagining each tavern actually has like a set of chairs off to the side for just like the different races. So you're like, oh, glad chair, yeah, you can grab it from over there. The halfling chair, it's just a big booster seat. Yeah, you can grab that one over there, right?
My podcast, one of the players in my podcast is playing a gnome, and she started the idea that all chairs in Faerun have essentially, it's not a ladder, but like the way they are built normally has ways of climbing up the side for gnomes, halflings, for kobolds, so they don't have to have a booster seat because that can be weird, but they want to be able to sit at the same height as everybody else. So by building into that, is just a standard thing. You're going to have 4 legs on a chair. You're going to have a back on a chair. You're going to have one side that has a couple of extra handholds for people who have to climb up into the chair. That's just normal. That you're going to have places for like wheelchairs to be able to roll on up. That you're going to have places, for all sorts of body types. So, I
think like the booster seat idea is almost like like us, I think as people think it's like, oh, it's boosters just for kids. But in that realm where the heights range so differently,
Yeah.
it's just a normal occurrence in the world, right? So
True, but sometimes you have to think about that kind of thing in the context of, wait, this is a game that humans in the world who are using this word and it means something, it has a different meaning. So I try to avoid
yeah,
saying booster seat in D&D simply because the real people sitting at the table have a reaction to that. But if I talk about the ladder up the side, the rungs up the side, or the fact that there's spots at tables specifically for wheelchairs to roll up into, or things like that, it helps with the immersion and getting the right idea into people's heads. But that's just me. Anyway, we should go back to questions now that we've had a distraction.
Is there a plan to add a filter for the Trials Mount team and Assault team selection? Also, are there plans to filter for Legendary Forging? This way you can type name a champion or filter by role. I think there is a bit. Oh, there's like a sorting option, I think, for the Trials. I don't think there's a filter as of yet. I don't think we have any plans. It was brought up during the Q&A as well, actually. So definitely would be nice. So I'll just flag it here again to pass it along.
Also, I just noticed in chat, Winged was talking about needing more familiars, and if you haven't checked it out, check out the new familiars screen, which is amazing, and I love so much. Collecting
so good.
all the familiars is super fun.
Yeah. What happens if I have an open Wiggend? That's what happens if I have an open time gate when the free one opens. You won't be able to open it. And so, but even if you can't open it, once you close your current one, it'll be there for you, at least until I think you have 72 hours to open it from the time it normally would. So Friday at noon Pacific time is when it starts, and you have 72 hours from that point to open it and start it. But then once you open it, you have another 72 hours to complete it. So you shouldn't lose that at all.
Let me jump in here on a couple of these questions. Give you a slight break. Hey Explosives says, "What are the channel points for?" At the moment, most of the channel point stuff is just fun. It's a thing that you earn while you're watching a Twitch stream. You can do things right now like highlight a message. If you're not subbed to the channel, you can use channel points to temporarily get one of the emotes. So they don't do very much. Every once in a while, we do challenges with them, and where if you donate enough challenge channel points and enough people do it, we'll give away another chest. But at the moment, the channel points are just kind of for fun. Dylan every once in a while does on Bardic Inspiration, will do a poll, and you can use channel points in order to influence the poll, so basically get more votes. But they're just kind of a fun thing. They're a Twitch implementation. If you do have any ideas for things that you would like to see us do with channel points, definitely let us know. We're always looking for unique things to do that are fun, that aren't necessarily going to make people feel weird, for not watching as many streams. Mit7X says, "Is it good to save silver chests for time gates?" It depends, but in general, no. I'd say go ahead and open your chest, get that gear. I do every once in a while hold on to silver chests to use them at like the beginning of time gates or the beginning of something in where I'm not gonna have a lot of favor, and so I can drop some gold. But in general, go ahead and open up your chests. And Larnest wants to know, is there a video about time gates? I don't think we have a
Garwar probably did a guide, probably.
That's
my
what,
best guess.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. I'm pretty sure there's a guide for it that Garwar has. So I can't think of a time gate video at the moment, but I'm pretty sure if you check Reddit, and I'll go ahead and put, let's see if I can remember the command. I'm sure I can. Hey, there we go. Come to our Reddit. Come to our subreddit. So it's r/Idle Champions, and there's a whole bunch of amazing guides there by Garwar, by Mars.
I found one. I found it.
Oh,
there it is.
John found
Garwar's Guide to Time Gates and Combat.
There we go. We knew somewhere Garwar would have a guide for it. So And then also come to our Discord. And the Discord is a great place not only for getting help in very specific things. So if you're asking specifically, oh, what champion should I get or where should I go? The Discord is an excellent place to get that kind of feedback. Sean Terry Wilson says blessings next week. And my answer to that is you'll have to watch next week. Watch our socials, watch all of our streams. And Gravelcraft says, hi, I'm a new player. Welcome. I love your game. Aw, thank you. Possible translations of the game in French, please, even partially. Good news, our game is being translated into a bunch of different languages.
French is one of them.
French is absolutely one of them.
Yeah.
We've been I should say we have hired a company that is specific to helping with translations because besides Margaret, I don't know if any of us are even multilingual, if not.
Ivy speaks Korean, English, and Japanese, I think.
That's true. I mean, you're all Canadian. Don't you all speak Quebecois?
No.
I'm American, which means
Oh,
I
man.
barely speak
Yeah.
English.
I going through school, I very much disliked taking French in school. I wanted to take other languages, but it was like, no, it's part of the Canadian curriculum. You have to take French.
Yeah.
When I got to high school, you got to choose, but then it was only between French and Spanish, which kind of have the same types of grammar. So I took Spanish instead. Was in there I did 2 years of that. So I have like a very, very small vocabulary of Spanish that I know.
I took French also in grade school for the same reasons. We were offered French and Spanish, and I was growing up in Buffalo, and so we were closer to Canada and closer to Quebec, so I thought it would be more advantageous to take French. Now I kind of wish I'd taken Spanish because I've spent a lot more time living in places with a lot of native Spanish speakers. And especially living in Florida for 2 years, I really wished that I had some Spanish. And yeah, it kind of sucked that we only had the option of the two. But, you know, I was grateful for the education I had, although I was really bad at it. I'm going to admit it. I was not very good in French.
Yeah.
But fortunately, we have excellent people at work on all of the localization for the translations. And so I have no more information than that, except that yes, it is being worked on.
Yeah, I'm trying to find like the list of languages, because I know
It's a big list.
Yeah, it's like French, Spanish, Russian, simplified Chinese, Portuguese, Brazil. I think it's just those 5.
I thought there were more than that, but
There might be more. I'm just trying to find. Oh, here we go. I think.
while you're looking, I'll answer a couple of other questions. Cassius335, if they ever get made in bulk, Lee's Griddle Champions wristband would be a great giveaway fodder.
Oh,
That is good to know.
Nevada made that.
Oh, well, there you
Yeah.
go.
Yeah,
Can Nevada make them
the
in bulk?
hat and the wristband were both made by Nevada. So
And Sir Bob's a lot. Question from a noob: what's a time gate? How does it work? Also, amazing onesies. Thank you. Welcome also to the game. So a time gate is something that you can open up to be able to either unlock champions that you didn't get a chance to unlock when their event happened, or go into an event that already happened to get more gear for a current champion. So for example, I'll come over here because I've got party number 3 is just kind of sitting around. So I'll show you. Now, I've unlocked all of the champions, so this won't necessarily apply the same way to me. But in the world map, you'll see time gates. You come over here. If it's a free time gate weekend, it'll say up here, it'll say, hey, you get one for free. In this case, there's a free time gate available in 1 day and 9 minutes. Otherwise, you have to spend these time gate pieces, which you can unlock in chests, and you can buy them with patron currency. And so it says no gate currently open. I can go ahead and, you know what? I'll just spend money. I'll just spend time gate pieces. I'm okay. So this is what happens. I spent 6 time gate pieces, and it literally will just list off all of the champions, and I can choose one of these to open up literally a gate to the past, and where I can play through the event that champion was available in. So, and you can do that to unlock gear for that champion. And if you haven't unlocked that champion yet, you also unlock that champion. You can sort it by a whole bunch of stuff. So you can say, I just want to see the champions I don't own. You want to sort by item level and get, hey, who are the champions that have really the least amount of gear? And let's gear them
Or
up.
Lucius.
Yeah, I've got to work on a couple of those.
Yeah,
So
and, a point too is you don't spend the pieces until you pick the champion.
that's
So if
true.
if you click on Orkira, you then see, like if you open her up like that, it'll then go like, hey, like, do you want to start this one? It'll cost 6 pieces, and then you can open it and go.
Yep. And then so you can kind of just scroll through everybody and see. It'll also tell you up here in the left-hand corner, if you miss it here, if you want a quick view, where you have to get to in order to finish events. Because basically, if I open up Orkira's time gate right now, go through all of her stuff, close it, the next time I do a time gate, it's actually going to increase the requirements for the first and second adventure until I go through a time gate that's not her. And then it'll go back down. So basically, if you just grind away at the same champion over and over and over again, it'll get harder and harder and harder and harder. So it's kind of a thing to help you, look at other champions and try some other champions out. I'm trying to find where who I opened up the last time so that I could see where they are. Oh well, but. So yeah, everybody's got different reasons why they would use certain champions. And so what you'll end up with is a lot of people who, if they don't have every champion in the game, they'll do this, sort by unowned, take like a screenshot and say, these are the champions that I don't have, and come to the Discord and say, what would you suggest? And you can get really personalized suggestions based on what you're trying to do. Are you just trying to unlock a really powerful champion? Are you trying to fill up a bench slot that maybe is missing some champions that it would be helpful to have a couple more champions there? Are you trying to do a patron variant? Are you trying to do Trials of Mount Tiamat and you are trying to do one of the trials and it's super hard because you don't have a high dex champion who is available in the slot? Depending on what you're looking for may depend on what champion you go after. I think that was I think I did a very good job with that time gate explanation.
Very thorough answer, yeah.
You are welcome. I'm going to pat myself on the back for that.
The languages we're doing, which I did find, was, simplified Chinese, Russian, Spanish, Portuguese, Brazil, German, and French. German was one I missed.
Danke.
Yeah. All right. Where were we on this list? Science Guy. Yeah. Science Guy 314. Science Guy Pi. Says question. Since DPS in the trial is related to damage you did, does that mean it basically caps when you're at soft cap? Not really. Like there are ways to get more damage out of that. Through debuffs. So it's like it's the most damage you've done like on hit. Or is it? No, sorry. It's total. It's the total amount of damage you've done in the adventure. I mean that's what it ends up being. Not your bud, but eventually it'll cap out to be roughly where your bud is. So.
And I'm going to grab this question from Alpha Krull. If you could name a Modron core in the game, what would you name it? And they suggest a music core, perhaps. Ooh, that could be cool. This is the Bard core. This is Bard core. And all the special things are helping out bards. Yeah, there we go. Calling it Bard core. How about you, Sean?
I go with a Dodge core. So I think like very high dex champions.
Dodge core.
Yeah.
That sounds like a car.
Yeah.
The new Dodge core.
8-wheel drive.
Wait, what?
Yeah. JDog2773. Will the trial day ending kick you out of your current run, thereby preventing a Modron automation for a full week? Kick your current run. I don't believe. No, it wouldn't. It shouldn't kick you out. The day ending. Yeah, the day ending doesn't kick you out, so you're fine.
Okay.
Biology questions. Will day 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 all have different formation layouts, or will be the same as day at 1? The formation layouts are always stay the same. It's just the 9-person Torm formation.
The formation that everybody should be really, really, really good at by now.
Yeah, everyone really knows this one. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Alpha Crawl's question: how about different skins depending on location rather than the champ itself? You do get different skins depending on what location you go to, in trials. So
Yes. I can pull that up. I can pull that up real fast while
Oh,
you.
and Erica coming in with a good point is there one of the restrictions can be a blocker in the formation, like an NPC escort that stands there. So one of them might only have 8 champions because someone's already in the formation.
So when you do a trials, that's a weird thing to say, but I guess that's as accurate as it is. So the first time you successfully complete a specific trial, you unlock a Worm Speaker skin. So you have to defeat Tiamat on that difficulty in order to unlock the skin. So for the Mountain Trial, you get Worm Speaker Torgar. For the Swamp Trial, you get Worm Speaker Makos. For the Underground Trial, you get Worm Speaker Jarlaxle. For the Forest Trial, you get Worm Speaker Krull. And for the Plains Trial, you get Legally Distinct Jareth, aka Avron. So yeah, if you can, try to remember what trial you did the last time. If you don't, you can always just look at what Worm Speakers you've unlocked. All that information is available in our blog. And try to do different events. Try to do different trials every single time so you can collect them all.
Gotta collect them all.
Gotta catch and collect all of the legally distinct skins.
Yeah.
I mean, when you ask Todd Kenrick for an idea for Avron, you know you're gonna end up with something unique.
You get a mullet.
You get a mullet.
That's how it goes.
I mean, he saw the Baloth mullet on the Red Panda version. It was just like, I need that.
Baloth can't be the only one with a mullet in this game.
And mine must be bigger and better.
It's very Avron.
Yes.
I am I, but who are you? It's a question. My group started a while ago. But only 2 out of the 5 people started their personal adventure. Is it even possible to finish just 2 working while others are offline? In the beginning, very first one, definitely so. The first one is made. I think you only need to do if you complete all the days, you will win. So.
Garwar says, Warlock in the front, Sorcerer in the back. That makes me think that Freely needs a mullet.
Oh, God. Valsian has a question. What is an approximate item level to have a meaningful contribution to buffs for trials? Probably, I would say in the 500s average level range. It's probably my suggestion. So I think my Cadbury is in like the 3000s, and she's applying like 136%.
Nice.
But it gets capped at 100% anyway. So
yeah.
Any screenshots you see from from beforehand where it would show uncapped assault party bonuses, and so it would lead to stuff like my DPS being like 5,300 and whatever. Like for the group we had going with a couple ones were just like we would start like the 6th hardest difficulty, and then be like, okay, the date's done, we won.
Yeah,
we've already won. It was crazy.
It was amazing.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna jump in here from just a clarifying question from chat from Iffy Pants. I guess I misunderstood. The Trials of Tiamat is a reoccurring event. It's not just this week. Correct. It's basically just a new thing to do in the game all the time. This is not an event that's going to go away. This is not like the other events in the game and where they're only available for a certain amount of time. Once you unlock Trials, it's like unlocking a new campaign. It is there for you all the time. Oh, and apparently it's that time. It is that time.
It is that time. It is noon. Yeah.
It is the time of the time. So we'll just think about this for a little bit.
It's something extra to do. It's extra to do during the week, right? So
exactly. And it's especially fun, especially if you've been playing for a while. And a lot of us who've been playing for a while have wanted to do something with other people because this community is awesome. And you hang out in the Discord, you hang out in chat, you hang out in all these places, and you want to be able to play. But this is not necessarily, up until now, it's been a single player game, and it's not necessarily a multiplayer. But now you have the chance. So hope that helps.
Von Ravkarin has a great question, actually. If you failed, but do you still get rewards, like getting halfway through level 2 Tiamat or bring level up again, which would be better? So if you fail, you will get rewards based on contribution. So you'll always get something by starting a trial.
Yeah.
As for that second part of that question of getting halfway through level 2 or being level 1, I'm not too sure. I don't know the exact thing, because you might also have people who increase the scales you get as part of your assault party, which would affect how much scales you're getting anyway. So
Yeah. And Mr. Blonde 42 asks, how many character unlock codes has CNE given away in 2021? You guys are awesome. A lot. Although admittedly, some of them have been on specific platforms. So Epic or Steam got a couple of nice content packets that we did. But just these last couple of weeks alone, between some of the stuff that we were giving away on stream and some other stuff, there's been quite a few. Because yeah, it's fun to be able to unlock all of these champions. So I'm glad that you've enjoyed it.
Voden's pause. Is there a known issue with the Balef's death buff not showing the icon after character is saved? I have seen some reports of that. I have not been able to recreate it. So if you have any steps to recreate, please make a ticket.
Also, Sir Bob's a lot. I was going to type this in chat, but I'll just go ahead and say it. Thank you. I'm glad that I was able to help. I am also a bit of an Oxventure fan. I do like Outside Extra and Outside Xbox, so I totally get the wanting to unlock the champions that you are fans of first. Go ahead and pick the champions you like. Have lots of fun. But, you know, if you start liking the Heroes of the Plains, then Orkira is at your disposal. And hey, look, we're still doing questions about idle champions.
Dr. Zedgekej is asking, is the conversion rate of Bahamut's favor, is that like from a time gates or from events? It is a conversion to it's like time gates. So I think it's like 3.5% times log 10. I think it's the math on that one.
I mean, I
It's
trust your math.
Yeah, like every E1, 2, 3, 4 will be like a part of the percentage there. I think that's how that works.
Also, I will pause this for a second because we will have a lot of new people coming in from the game. Hi, welcome to Community Q&A. We're wearing onesies because dragons are fun. Also, if you haven't had a chance yet, go ahead and unlock Worm Speaker Deacon.
Yeah.
Which
Sorry,
always
it is
makes me happy.
yeah, it's 2.5%, not 3. Yeah. I'm so bad.
Oh,
Yeah. So as an example, if you had E12 favor for Bahamut, that would give you a 30% bonus.
there you go.
Yeah.
Also, if you are joining and you want to ask us a question, either about the game, about trials, about the onesies, about anything really, although we can't necessarily answer all questions, we will try to answer as many as possible. We have the amazing Sasha in chat who is grabbing questions. Put question at the start of your question so it makes it easier for them to grab it and put it into a document. So if you put it in chat, it goes away. Don't worry. It is being grabbed and we are doing our best to get through a bunch. But we are easily distracted, and we are not going to be able to get as many done as Garwar did.
Ooh, shiny.
Yeah. I mean, ooh, onesie.
Yeah, pretty much. Demon Grr says, what does the Twitch drops option in the game settings menu do? That was something we trialed when Twitch was doing their Twitch drops 2.0. We're like, yeah, you know, they wanted to work with us to try it, and we're like, yeah, we want to work with you to try it. Community, ooh. Ooh, yeah, it was a little,
not so much.
A little spicy on the time restraints on that.
Yeah.
So, which we understood. You know, a lot of people who watch our streams are not all from the Pacific Northwest.
Yeah. And I think everybody in our community is a little used to here is a code that is going to unlock something in the game. The code is good for a week. And then we try to be really clear if it's only going to be available for a different amount of time. So I think our community just got used to the way that we do codes. And so the Twitch drops were not in the same line. We may try it again in the future if we're able to fix some of the complaints that people had. So who knows? But for the moment, we haven't done that in a while, actually.
Yeah, it's been like 2. I think it's been like 2 years.
Yeah.
It was like my first year being here. I think it was in that summer, or like the April of that year.
Yeah. It was fun, but it wasn't the best way to service our community. That was not exactly how I wanted to say that, but sure. I'll go ahead and grab another question.
Yeah, I follow. I got you.
Okay. The Lurking Writer wants to know, I would really like to own a Bardic Inspiration shirt. Can they be purchased or are they giveaway only? Sadly, they're giveaway only. Partially because we're not a retailer of physical product. and that is a whole different license. So it is just a thing that we do for fun and we do for giveaways. Same with the dice, same with any of the physical stuff that we have. They're basically made just for fun in small batches, and it's mostly because merchandise is hard. But definitely hang around. We like giving the shirts away, and hopefully you'll be able to win one soon.
Henry Lowind, do you have native speakers available to check the company's results? Most translation companies are famous for delivering context-free garbage from time to time. Totally get the hesitation. From my understanding, the company we've picked hires people in those countries to do the translation. It's like the people who speak English and whatever language translated to. So they are the ones who are doing the translations. And we've had a lot of documents like going back and forth, like making sure that like certain pronouns are being used and like the way like a lot of like language is gendered in some something like Spanish is like the O's and A's at the end determine like whether like male or female for a lot of things. So there's been a lot of that back and forth of just like making sure both people like us and them are on the same side of things. It's been a very in-depth process, but we're making sure we do this right. So, but if anything comes up that seems wrong, definitely let us know right away, and we'll reach out to them and talk to them about what's going on.
Boonigans asks, is Pixie writing a Corgi familiar available on Epic Games version? Not yet, right? So the Pixie writing a Corgi comes out in the Gem Shop.
Yeah.
When that promotion is over, I don't know if we have a specific...
Promo's over. We usually give it like platform-specific things usually take a couple months before they're available everywhere. There's that like the limited time of like only these people get it for that limited time, and then everybody gets it.
Yeah. So
exclusivity, that's the word I'm looking for.
That's the word. So
Yeah.
yes. So not yet. But it will be available to everybody. And it's cute.
Yeah. Lucy Eras says that will the assault party effects that each champion provides change each week, or they remain fixed? They will remain fixed. Because if not, that would be very confusing. They just every week that someone does something different.
Yeah.
Yeah. So.
Barefoot Monkey asks, is the Trials of Tiamat a limited time event, or can we take our time getting to it? It is not a limited time event in that it's going to go away. Once you unlock it, it is there for you to play. So if you have not finished Descent into Avernus, if you haven't gotten far enough in order to unlock the trials, there's no hurry because it will be there waiting for you when you get to that point. Once you've unlocked it, each time you start up a trial, those only last for 7 days. But then you just start up a new one after that. So it's essentially another campaign. It will be there when you unlock it. So if you're a new player and you're looking at the amount of stuff that you have to do to get to the point of beating the Trials of the Descent into Avernus campaign, which can look like a lot, you don't have to rush through it all. It will be there waiting for you. Happy to be there when you are ready. Definitely check the Reddit and the Discord for some of the guides about new players starting up if you are looking to, if not hurry, hey, what do I need to do to unlock all of the things? I know there's several guides, especially from Garwar, about specifically, if you want to maximize your journey through Idle Champions and unlock as much as possible, as fast as possible, you can definitely do that. If you enjoy playing at a more casual pace, if you enjoy discovering things on your own or meandering as you go, it will be there. Trust us.
Noxanguis has a question. Will the Worm Speaker skins we can obtain in trials change to others later? That's a big possibility. I don't see why we couldn't do that. But nothing planned as of yet.
I mean, it just dropped yesterday.
It just came out, guys. Come on. Give me more.
Yeah. If we are going to update or change anything, it's going to be a little while.
Yeah, I mean, at minimum, it's like 6 weeks for you to get all those skins, right? Mm-hmm. I think there's like 5 weeks. 5 weeks.
It's 5 weeks, and then let me look something up real quick. I'm pulling up the blog because the blog makes everything so much easier. But I think you're right that it's 5.
Because you only have 5-person parties, so each week, 5 weeks.
Yes.
If
I
you
couldn't remem-
if you get to do a different one each time.
Yeah, I was double checking the Worm Speaker Nayeli, but that's you do purchase that, but you unlock seeing it when you unlock Trials of Tiamat. So I was just making sure I was
Yeah.
thinking of the right thing.
Yeah, and Naeli and the best familiar we have in the game, the baby Tiamat.
I mean, okay, Baby Tiamat, absolutely adorable. Baby Tiamat is amazing. Baby Tiamat does not hold a candle to Prism Flump.
I don't know.
I'm sorry.
I don't know.
I'm sorry.
I don't believe that.
Rainbow Fart and Flump is amazing. Fenris, which you can still purchase. Fenris is adorable. I mean, there's a couple on here.
There are a lot. We have all of our familiars are phenomenal and amazing and cute, but I personally think Baby Tiamat is the best.
Well, I mean,
Hail Tiamat.
everyone is allowed to have their own personal opinion on this.
Yeah. Actually, in response to that, Frankie Liga is asking, where do you get Baby Tiamat? Baby Tiamat is available in the Trials Founder Pack,
Yep. I mean,
along with Worm Speaker Naeli, and a bunch of scrolls and chests and stuff. No, just scrolls.
Yep.
Yeah, a bunch of new scrolls for the trials. So.
and yes, it is a very adorable familiar because I mean, they managed to make all of the dragon heads look happy. Even the black dragon head is still kind of
It's
grumpy.
so grumpy.
But it's grumpy in that Eeyore way, in that kind of adorable, ooh.
Yeah, I didn't realize how derpy the white dragon head looked. It's like panting like a dog.
Yeah, golden
love it.
retriever head. Like
Yeah.
that is definitely what that is.
We don't talk to that one. We don't talk to that head.
But they're so happy all the
Yeah,
time.
and that one's like busy like biting the other ones. Trying to... The Dunner is asking, for legendary items, if a champion can have 6, why would you reforge a character's items instead of just adding another one to that same character? Well, maybe you want 6 of all champion buffs. Maybe you want 6 of all elves get bonuses. Maybe you want 6 of everyone's in chaotic or neutral or whatever. So it's kind of the flexibility to have what you want. You can have one of each and have that base bonus for all, or you can have multiple of the same. So totally up to you.
There you go.
Do whatever works best for your party at that time.
The Lurking Writer is bringing up the Sketching Hour Tiamat from yesterday, Tia Magnificent, or I think the official name that we settled on is Tia What. And if
Tia
you,
what?
Tia What? And if you missed it, the two artists, Alexis and Michelle, did. So on the Sketching Hour, normally what we do is we roll on a couple of tables, and the artists take a monster and a cute animal and an adjective and merge them together into a new creature. Yesterday, each of them took a head of Tiamat and redid a head of Tiamat as a monster and an adjective, or as a cute animal and an adjective. And so it had a red dragon base, and then each of them did 2 heads, and we ended up calling it Tia What, and it's amazing. Here, let me see if I can pull up the art for all
Yeah,
of
because
you.
like Maurice was just like snipping the green head and posting that in Discord, and I was like, "What is that from?" Like, I didn't get a chance to watch the stream, so
Let me pull it up real quick while you answer a question, because it's
All right.
amazing.
Excalibur Storm says, "I'm curious what platform you guys are using now for the game, Steam or Epic." I'm on Steam personally usually. Oh, sorry, one sec.
Yep, I am also on
This is-
Steam.
I have like a sneeze that's like just there, but not wanting to come out. Oh, I gotta hover turn off the microphone.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I'm
no,
on Steam, and I've got an Xbox game that I
Yeah.
do try to play as often as possible, but my Steam is
Yeah.
my main account.
Yeah, I have like Steam, Epic, Kong, Armor, PlayStation, Switch. I'm on everything. I can run a trial on myself actually.
All right, I'm gonna open this up, and it's gonna kind of break everything for
Oh,
a second,
hey.
but that's okay. We'll go ahead.
Yeah.
So
That
there it
The
is.
hee face.
That is the the Tia What that was drawn yesterday. So if I remember correctly, it's a black dragon scared phoenix. It was a lemur with teeth, as the green head. It was an Umber Hulk. I mean, it's something with the hair. I'm trying to remember what was with the hair. I don't remember. But-
Fabio.
no, it was like it was. I think it might have been even like hairy. Oh yeah, it was hairy.
Umber Hulk. Yeah.
Hairy Umber Hulk, and the white head was Leafy Eagle. There we go. So those were and they drew this in an hour. I mean,
amazing.
the red dragon was the base that they drew ahead of time. The other 4 heads were all drawn within an hour, and it's amazing. And that if you haven't seen it, the VOD should be up on YouTube very shortly, and we'll be posting the images as well for people to enjoy. And if you have drawn your own, definitely let us know because I want to know.
Yeah. I think that one I rest of Sean is also on digital watch, Etch-a-Sketch, Clay tablet, and Samsung fridge.
I mean, if you've got Android running on your fridge, then yes, you can have Idle Champions running on your fridge.
If you can make it work, if you make it work, I want to see it.
Yes, please.
Yeah, that green, like the hyena head, it's my favorite one. It's just it just reminds me of this TikTok I saw that was like, remember when I text you HE, it's not he, it's he. Yeah. That's just probably imagine that everyone doing coming like.
Oh yeah. I love the Umber Hulk with the luscious hair. It's just it's a Pantene commercial in art form in Tiamat, and I love it so much.
Yeah. Seteros is asking a question. For a new player, how long do you think it would take to unlock Mount Tiamat?
Ooh.
That's a good question. It'll be it's like the 3rd campaign. So I remember when Avernus came out, it was like, ooh, this is the hard campaign, and it was meant to be. So you get, I think you get less gold and less favor than other campaigns did on that one.
Mm-hmm.
So I mean, if you're playing consistently, and you're getting all the events, you're getting all the champions and they come the events, you're carrying them up, you're doing time gates all the time, maybe like a 2-3 months, maybe even less than that, depending on how fast you're going.
Yeah, there's a little bit of RNG going on there, depending on what you're trying to unlock and what you're trying to do. But yeah, you probably could, but
yeah, I mean, you could probably do it in a month if you just like grinded hard and it was like playing all the time, getting all the favor. Yeah.
But Benedict is in chat saying, I only have 2 of the champions currently on screen. Well, then I am excited for you to unlock more of them because these are some of my favorite champions. And not just because I happen to know most of the people who play these, but also, but yeah, like that's half the fun is unlocking more of the champions. At least that's what I and a lot of people think is one of the main bits of fun in this game. So enjoy.
Yeah. Reaver, this is a question. Will there be an option in the future to search for a specific player you want to run trials with? Probably not, but that's kind of what the private room code is for. So you can set a private room, have the room code. If you know the person, send them a code saying, "Hey, do you want to join my trial? Here's my code. Come on in." We do have a looking for group thread on the trials team out in the Discord now. So there's like the trials discussion, and then there's a thread in that channel for the looking for group.
Yeah, and when you post in that thread or when you're replying to people in that thread, just be aware that like people are constantly updating that kind of thing, and be kind and be patient because we're all trying to help each other out, but time zones are a thing. So if you post in there and you don't necessarily get an immediate response, or you respond to somebody and it takes a little bit for someone to get back to you, like, understand that we're playing a game that is played across the world, so sometimes it could take a little bit to get back.
Barefoot Monkey, Tia, what familiar when? Oh, hopefully soon.
I mean, that would be amazing. Banana Mobster, in a related question, was the base Red Dragon art made available? Not yet. We got to double check on that. We're making sure that we didn't speak out of turn yesterday when it's an absolutely amazing suggestion to offer the Red Dragon as a base so that people can draw off of it. We just need to make sure that we actually can.
Oh, that's actually amazing. I hope so.
Yeah, that's the hope, is that people can draw. And our artist drew it, but we just want to make sure. But definitely, as soon as that's available, if it becomes available, we will put it out on socials. And I'll grab this other one right here. Stella Beast 99. I'm a new player. Welcome. How do I get Freely? Timegate. And I highly recommend the Lucky Boy Freely. Freely's lots of fun. But yes, open up a Timegate. I did the longer form version of this before, but I'll give the TLDR. If you're in the campaign map, come over here to Timegates. Say you want to either spend Timegate pieces to open up a Timegate or wait for a free Timegate weekend, which is happening in 23 hours, 39 minutes, and 28 seconds. And then come here and I guess if you're looking for a specific champion, I'd say go alphabetical and look for your Lucky Boy. And yeah. That's how you get Freely. if you, or I mean, you can wait for Freely's event to happen, but if you're looking to get Freely now, then that's how you do it.
Now.
Now. As opposed to then.
Yeah. Or soon.
TM.
Yeah. Gru123 says, question, is there a limit level to powering up legendary items? Yes, I believe you can get up to level 10. If your trial's DPS to Tiamat based on your blood or your total damage done, does very high click damage do you any good? I believe it is total damage done. I don't know about click damage. I don't think the click debuff strategy works. Check the. I know it says in the FAQ.
How do I create? How do I join? What are the? Answer another question, and I will look for
right.
how is the DPS because I know it's in here.
I'm pretty sure it's like I think I remember saying it was Bud, and then like I think I double checked and I was like, oh no, it's actually DPS.
Here we go. I'm gonna voice over this. You ready?
Okay. All right.
How is my DPS contribution calculated? DPS done by each player is primarily acquired by completing the area objective in their Trials adventure each day. These DPS contributions stack additively on top of each other and can greatly increase your party's total DPS. Also, there's an extra space after other that we should probably take care of. Each player also receives additional DPS equal to the exponent of the total damage done by that player's formation on their Trials adventure throughout the week. For example, if a player has done 1.0e50 damage in total throughout the week, this contribution will be 50. This DPS contribution stacks additively with the area objective contribution. Finally, Scrolls of Assault can be used to increase the DPS contribution for all players in the campaign.
Yeah, so I guess click debuff would work then. Interesting.
I felt for a brief moment in the middle like I was a Star Trek character trying to rattle off some technobabble. Oof. There was a brief moment where I'm like, oh, there's a lot of technical words here. But yes, there you go. And for those of you wondering, in your main trial screen, there should be a how to play fact right here, which has a ton of information.
Yeah, I think originally that I was saying Bud, which is my fault. I remember, I don't know what we got on the Bud. I think we just thought like total damage done, like, oh, let's just be your Bud. We can just say that, it'll be easy. But then, yeah, I think it's just total damage done by the formation. So yeah, click debuff. Interesting. I'm interested to see how high that would get. How that would track actually.
Sean, given the challenge to the community, show us your click debuff again. Kill Tiamat with your clicker.
Yeah, have baby Tiamat kill Tiamat.
Okay, yeah. All right, I'm gonna have to do that. Yep.
Yeah.
Get all of the different click damage going on. I love it.
Kin Rabbit is asking a question. I don't see the Tiamat Fenris pack in my shop. Must I unlock the campaign first? Yes, you have to have unlocked the Trials Mount Tiamat first.
Yep.
If not, and you bought the Finders pack, you would get the scrolls, which would do nothing. So.
Yep. So that is, but I believe that is the only one of the Worm Speaker stuff because everything else gives you.
Yeah, and the scroll packs wouldn't show up either.
True, but if you're specifically asking about like the packs that include champion skins and the little adorable baby familiars, then yeah, the Trials Founders pack is the only one that doesn't show up immediately because of those scrolls. Everybody else you can have access to because it includes stuff that you can immediately use. It didn't feel fair to offer you something that you can't use immediately, so.
Yeah. Blip Blop Bloop. I love it. How does one actually use patrons? I'm so confused about this. I just unlocked Mert.
You should come watch my patron show on Mondays. There's my plug.
That's how you do it. Patrons are used to replay variants you've already completed. So like one of the first variants is like the what is it? Like the energy one, like pure energy. One of the first ones. So you complete it normally, and then once you've unlocked Mert, you can go back and play it again. And once you play it with a patron, you'll earn influence and currency from them, which will allow you to unlock more perks and buy time gate pieces and chests and skins and a golden epic and a whole bunch of stuff from the patron shop. So
there you go. And if
it's
you have more,
it's a way to replay the game.
Yeah. And if you have more questions about patrons, Garwar has some great guides out about patrons. And yeah, I do a show on Mondays in where when the new patron challenges come out on Monday at noon, we go through them and we try to unlock them, and I answer more questions and put together ridiculous formations in order to get them done.
You mentioned Kia. You mentioned you needed a high dex character for Tiamat. Which character would you go then for when that time gate opens? Front time gates open. Well, I needed a high dex character because of a restriction that got added in. So that was the reason why. So I needed characters of 16 or higher, there's like a small handful. Oh, there's actually a bunch more than I thought. But there's none of them heal, that's what ruined me.
Also, Blip Blop Bloop, I did see you at the show on Monday. Thank you for coming. I mostly plugged for those of you who might not know about the new show, because we've had a lot of them. I mean, this show itself is technically a new show. It is, this is technically episode 4 if you count that one other show that we did specifically for a stream. But yeah, we have new shows coming up all the time. More coming, too.
Yeah, I mean, like, above 16 dex wise, Ayla's really good. Shendy's amazing. Korth is good. Ishi's fun. Morgane's great. Artemis is great. Xander is Xander.
Ouch. And as we saw earlier, I have to level up my Morgane. I think Morgane came out on a weekend in where I think I was away. There's a couple of champions that I was away for a weekend, and or I was away for like a chunk of time during the event when it came out. I know, I think Morgane was one. There's a couple of champions that I look at their gear and I'm like, why is this gear so bad? Oh, this was that weekend. This is that week that I was gone and I wasn't able, and especially earlier in the game, back in my day, back when we used to play Idle Champions, we didn't have this thing called familiars. You couldn't just auto-level yourself up. You had to do it manually. And so if you weren't playing actively, if you let it just sit, and you had to walk away to go do something with your family, well, guess what? You couldn't do anything. And that's...
You had to click and you had to like it.
You had to complete your trials uphill both ways. Yeah. So I do have a couple of champions from those early days in where, like, I couldn't play actively, and so I maybe was only around for half of the event, and thus I have bad gear. And I think Morgane is one of them, and I really should open up some time gates and level her up.
Jester has a question. Does the party DPS from Jolaxla Max, 200%, stack with a Scroll of Assault damage, or is it capped at 200% overall? It is capped at 200% overall.
And let me grab this question from Rogue0257, who wants to know, how do you get all your people to show up? I don't like scrolling. Let me show you. Go to your main menu. Go to your settings. Tell it narrow bench boxes. That's how you get everybody there. And so it kind of goes, and everybody is now seated in the bench as though they were on an airplane, and everybody's just squished. You can also turn on the console UI portraits, which are gorgeous, and I love. I just am so used to the other portraits that are looking off to the side, and it's a little disconcerting to have everybody staring right at me.
I like how 3 of them didn't change.
Oh, hey, come on. There we go.
Yeah. There we go. Like Mako's and Barely are like, nope.
Sean, it didn't. Oh, hi, you're
Yeah.
here. Hi,
I'm right here. Yeah.
So yeah, it's you can change the portraits. You can there's a lot of stuff you can do here in the settings. I do prefer, at least because I'm just used to it, but I think the console portraits are absolutely gorgeous. But yeah, narrow bench boxes. I don't mind scrolling, but I agree that I enjoy having all bench slots available to look at really quickly. So, but yeah, if you're a newer player and you haven't played around with some of the settings here, this is actually a really good place to check some stuff out, especially disabling some of the effects. Like, the effects are super cool, and I love having them on, but if you are photosensitive to some of that flashing, if you're having a hard time reading some of the numbers, if you just want to have it on in the background and you don't want necessarily the flashing there distracting you, you can turn a lot of that stuff off. You can do a lot of adjustments to the game. You should definitely turn on scientific notation all the time, every time. All the time. So there you go.
Jess. Oh, I answered Jed's answer.
I mean, you could answer Jad's question again. It's a
No,
good question.
he only gets one. Trombe says, question: if you reforge a legendary bonus after you've upgraded the first bonus, do you lose the upgrade or is it applied to the new bonus? You keep the upgrade. You're not going to force it to re-upgrade again. So the upgrade stays there, and the reforge has changed.
Oh, and we've had a mod swap. Sasha has gone off to enjoy a well-deserved break from being the moderator for our stream. And so Jay has now joined us for the last chunk of this show. Welcome, Jay. Thank you for joining us. If you do have any last-minute questions to ask before we are done for the day, definitely put your question in chat with question in big giant capital letters at the front to make it easier for Jay to see. And we've got the document over here. I'm kind of keeping an eye on chat, but there's a lot of you. There's like 800 of you, and so it's hard to keep up. But definitely say thank you to Sasha, say hi to Jay, and thank you to both of you, because this show and many of the shows on this channel would be practically impossible without our moderators. So thank you.
Oh, 100%. They do the hard work here, really.
Yeah, 100%. It's the hard work, and it is the sometimes the unsung work. Although I think we do a pretty good job of calling out how awesome our moderators are. But cheers unto you.
Yeah. Is there plans for engineering notation instead? I like my multiples are 3. Nope, just scientific notation and the letter notation. And if my drill axle provides 200% assault damage, why would I ever need scrolls? Not everybody has like 100,000 levels on their drill axle, Jad.
I mean, like me.
Yeah.
We missed a couple questions from before. I will jump back up. Bayushi Akira wants to know, will the gem shop be updated soon with giveaways that occurred since the last update, such as Red Panda Freely? I don't have an ETA on any updates in the gem shop, but always keep an eye on it. We do tend to make announcements in some way, shape, or form when new stuff is added to the gem shop. And Benedak wants to know, should I buy the 25% gold find feat with gems? That is up to you whether you want to spend the gems on that. And also it depends on which champion that's for. I mean, that's a pretty good feat, especially if you're looking to, especially now that the soft cap increase has happened, and so more gold is good. I don't think it's a bad idea, but it's kind of up to you depending on what champion we're talking about and how many gems you have, and there might be other things that are worth it for you to spend those gems on. So it depends is the answer, but I don't think that's gonna be a bad thing if you go for it.
Yeah. Shiriko's asking, does Ashara's extra attacks count towards Omen's gold buff? Or they wrote golf buff, but that's funny.
The Gulf of Mexico buff.
Yeah. I don't know. Let me find Omen.
While you look that up, the Lurking Writer says, am I weird for finding the letter notation easier to comprehend? Maybe it's the dyscalculia kicking in. You know what? Whichever works for you is the right answer. And I know there's a lot of people who haven't had scientific notation explained to them or have had it explained to them poorly. And so once it's explained and you kind of wrap your head around it, it makes a lot of sense. But it's not necessarily something that you can figure out on your own. It's not like a regular number. I know when Shaka came out, and Sharif Jackson, who is the person who created Shaka and plays them on Rivals of Waterdeep, they're a science educator by trade. And so when they did their unlocking stream and found out about scientific notation, they actually explained scientific notation to the chat for everybody. And it's probably no surprise that a science educator had an incredibly concise, wonderful explanation for understanding scientific notation.
No way.
Yeah. Really? Sharif? No, yeah.
A science person knowing scientific notation?
Yeah.
Not in this climate.
He did an amazing job. It was one of those moments where he just dropped this bit of knowledge easily, like a science explainer would do. And then chat got quiet for a moment, and then everybody in chat went, oh, I get it now.
Oh, that's awesome.
And this was a chat that had already been saying, hey, switch to scientific notation. So there were a lot of people already in chat who understood it basically, and then Sharif just like knowledge bombed everybody. It was amazing. You can find that VOD. I think it's on the Rivals of Waterdeep channel from many, many months back. It's really, really good. But yeah, whatever works for you. I mean, that's why we have both options. I joked about switch to scientific notation because I think a lot of us, it's easier to understand, but it's only easier to understand if it's been explained to you well and if it really does make more sense. But whichever version works for you is the correct version. So
there is a point though where the letters run out, and then it shifts to scientific notation, which I think is at like the E65 mark.
I think so, but when you are at that point, if you're using the other notation, that's already you're at a really high number, and so at that point,
E66 with a Unvigtilian. So that's when it ends.
What?
Unvigtilian.
Unvigintillion.
Yeah.
I don't know if I've
UNVIGINTILLION.
Wow, Google got Unvigintillion. Why am I not surprised that Google would understand that? I mean, if you know what a Google is, you would understand why that's an understandable thing. But I am still impressed.
Yeah.
Learn something new every day.
Yeah, 10 to the 66th power. So E66. Interesting.
There we go. That was our own knowledge bomb right there.
Yeah. We missing other ones?
We're getting down to it. I mean, here's the thing. Garwar did more questions than us, but Garwar got more questions than us, and so I feel like we had that Garwar had an unfair advantage of going first. I'm just gonna
that's
say
fair. Well, to be at 80 or at 81 right now, 82, not bad.
Yeah.
Not bad catch up.
There were two of us, however, going back and forth, and I'm gonna give Garwar his due because yes, Garwar got to go first, and so got to answer all of the questions first. But Garwar was alone and did all of that by themselves. There were the two of us, and we had onesies, which automatically make things a lot easier. I mean, Dragon Joy.
All right, 120 more questions then, so we can make sure we catch up.
I think Idle Insights might have a problem with that if we're gonna hang out for an extra hour.
It's fine. They can wait.
I mean, I'll say this as a transition into letting everybody know what's coming up for the rest of the day because it's a good day. So Idle Insights is happening at 1. It is a pre-recorded show, but it's Todd Kenrick talking with Erin M. Evans, who is awesome and is going to talk about some of the new stuff that she's got coming up. So that's from 1 to 2. 2 to 3 is Developer Insights, where you can ask more questions, this time of the devs. And ask them all sorts of things about the game, find out if they've been canceled yet, probably not. And then from 4 to 5, I don't know if it's been announced yet.
I think it was last week.
I mean, last week's was announced last week, but did they say it's...
Yeah, they said they were going to do more.
Okay, there's another Binwin and Crowy show happening. They will also have a guest. It won't be Dylan this time. It will be me. I don't know if that's been announced yet. But there you go. I feel like I deserve to announce that. So join me and Binwin and Crowy. I don't know what we're going to talk about, to be honest. Like, they're wonderful people. I'm not at all a movie person. So Dylan was able to talk to them for an entire hour about movies. I don't know. Maybe we'll talk about classical music and D&D. I don't know. But anyway, that's today. And then tomorrow is, well, we're done with our official 2 days of, yay, trials streaming. There's still a lot going on Friday. Remind me, is this week's Griddle Champions off, or are you still doing this week?
So Friday, we're still doing Griddle Champions, so we're still good for tomorrow, which I still have to get the art for. Next week, though, there are no Griddle Champions.
Okay.
Lee is busy moving cities, so...
Also, you kind of did a lot of Griddle Champions this week, so a week off is okay.
Yeah, like 4 shows in the past like 2 weeks. Yeah.
Yeah, that was a lot of pancakes. So yeah,
Oh,
come
yeah.
for Griddle Champions. That's 10 to 12. From 12 to 2 is episode 2 of Paint and Slay, and where V Muse and I are going to be finishing up the Myconids that we started last week. It's our new mini painting show. If you are new to the show, which most people are because it's only on episode 2, this is the second half of it. You can find the VOD on our YouTube, and if you would like to join us, we post in the Discord in the Paint and Slay channel what stuff we're using and you're going to need so that you can join us and paint along. So just because we're on part 2 of a Myconid does not mean that you don't have plenty of time to join us. And then I believe Garwar is back again, right? Because
Friday? Yeah, I think so.
yeah, I don't have the schedule on hand, and Garwar usually has a show, but Garwar also had, like Griddle Champions, y'all did a lot of shows this week, and I wouldn't have
Yeah.
blamed you if you're like, we're going to be off this week. So come back for Garwar, who will answer 500 questions on his show, because they're really good at answering questions. So
He's a Gar warrior.
I like it. Gar Warrior. Yep. And then I believe Gar has has their Saturday show. So yes, it is a full couple of days of streaming, even though the official Trials of Tiamat stream will be coming to a close at the end of today.
Yeah.
I know schedules are so interesting.
Oh yeah.
And Garwar does confirm Saturday is good to go for Trials of Mount Tiamat. So join Garwar fresh and early Pacific time for another Garwar show.
One has a question. Might have answered this one before, but does reforging add effects or replace? If replace, can you reforge? You have 6 the same effects. It just it replaces. So you only have one legendary per, one legendary effect per item. And also we have another giveaway starting. Type Mount Tiamat into the chat.
Hey!
It's open for 2 minutes, so go quick.
Yep.
And while that's going through, we can answer some more questions.
And we actually just answered Dr. Zedge-Keg's question about Griddle Champions being on tomorrow or yesterday. The answer is yes.
We'll be back.
Both. And Lucy LRA asks about Idle Insights and Developer Insights having captions. I don't think so just yet. Once again, we're still working on the overlays and the stuff for that. Also, Idle Insights, I think I mentioned it, Idle Insights is pre-taped this week. So awesome interview. Highly recommend watching. They're not going to be able to answer questions because pre-taped, because that would be a weird thing from past Todd Kenrick answering future questions. Although I wouldn't put it past them.
Yeah, so are you saying he can't?
Todd is a wonderful human being who does not have the power of living forever. Averin, if it was Averin, I'd say absolutely.
Okay. Arkham Paradox says,
I love this question.
I think we should pick a week to not ask the devs any questions 1 week and force Justin to do his one-man Star Wars show.
Yes. I mean,
Yes.
I mean, if you have questions, ask them questions. But I also kind of love that idea of like everyone showing up in chat and being like, we have no questions. We just want to see the one-man Star Wars show.
Just a vow of silence from everybody. Yeah.
Make it happen, chat.
Maybe on Extra Life or something. That'd probably be a good Extra Life piece.
The Blue Dragon tells you, make it happen.
Yeah.
I love this hoodie. It's so nice, but like I can't see.
Can you not just sit it like on the top like that?
I can,
'Cause,
but
like mine can go down lower too.
yeah, but then it's like it's sitting on my head and it's balanced on my head. And first off, this makes me look like an elephant. And second off, then if I move my
Oh,
head,
the big Dumbo ears, yeah.
I mean, which there are worse things than being an elephant.
It looks like you're getting eaten by the dragon, actually.
Rump. Yeah. So it's partially that, and then it's just because it's balanced on there. As soon as I move my head, it moves. And I don't know if you've noticed, but I move a lot when I talk. I'm the New Yorker. You don't just sit still when you're talking. You actually move. You have to emote.
Yeah. What one was a Fallout question? Thanks for answering. So if I have all 6 legendaries on a character, what will Reforge do? Can you end up with 2 items on the same character with the same effect? Yes. It'll just rotate through the effects. That's all it really does. So you can have 6 of the same effect on the 6 different items. But yeah. So.
Oh, and
So yeah, if you.
sorry, go ahead.
I'll say, go ahead. You're gonna see the congratulations. So I was about to do. So.
Oh, okay. So congratulations to Phoenician Ultimatum. You won. Yay.
Woo!
Stick around. There will be more giveaways. Even though Idle Insights is pre-taped, there will be giveaways during Idle Insights and during Dev Insights and during Binwin's show. So there are more giveaways to come.
So many giveaways. How do you make your champion's profile portrait sideways?
Oh, here. If you are using the... Sorry, I had a moment. So if you come to your settings, if it's not checked, that's what gives you the sideways portraits, which is what I currently have. If it is checked, that's how you get the front-facing portraits like this. So if you're currently seeing the console portraits, come up to the main menu, click on settings, and uncheck console UI portraits, and then everybody will stare off to the side.
I looked the wrong way. Oh no.
Okay. I just picked a side, and I figured, all right, I'm gonna stick with it.
But then I looked at you and I copied that side, but for me it's the opposite. So.
Also, yes, Evil Emperor Zerg, I really need a gold dragon onesie. I'll say this, I wasn't looking for a dragon onesie. I was originally going to get a unicorn onesie, and there was a bunch of them that I was looking at. And then this one came up, and I am a fan of blue dragons, and it's adorable. And so I wasn't finding a unicorn onesie I was super happy with, but then this one made me super duper happy. So I wasn't going to lean into the dragon thing until I leaned into the dragon thing.
What once did you confirm that each reforge will cost double the next, or add 1,000 scales of the cost? So, upgrading costs 1,000 scales. Reforging and forging will double the cost each time. So if you forge once, let's say it costs 100. You then want to upgrade 5 times, and you pay 1,000, 2,000, 3,000, 4,000, 5,000. Then if you want to reforge, I guess the original cost was 100. You would then pay 200, and then 300, 400, and then 800. And rinse repeat. Those are just the reforge costs were not correct. That was just the just a number thrown out there. But
Cassie's 335 says, Plan B, can someone get TTRP gifts a gold dragon onesie? I am here for that. Yeah. I would like to subscribe to this newsletter of TTRP gifts getting a gold dragon onesie. I mean, we got to find one first. So if someone knows of a decent gold dragon onesie, then please let us all know.
That'd be pretty cool.
There's
a lot of places you can go online to get like custom made ones too. They're usually like 80 bucks.
Yeah, I mean, and that's a bit much. Also, like, once again, like, not everything in my life needs to be Orkira shaped.
Yeah.
I know a lot of things are, and I'm not complaining, but like, why can't they be a blue dragon for once? Yeah,
we actually got a Cactuar onesie. That when we got it, the person was like, "Yeah, and you can put the black stripes on yourself." Look, that's the point of buying it from you, is for you to do it.
Yeah.
So now it's still in the bag because none of us have wanted to do it. It's just
do-it-yourself onesie.
It's a Cactuar onesie, which just means it's just a green onesie with like a bag of black strips that we have to put on ourselves.
That no.
Yeah, exactly.
That's someone just had a green onesie and then sold you a bunch of black strips. I'm sorry. Yeah. I'm sorry.
Yep.
Oh, Evil Emperor Zerg, a Bangarang onesie. I don't think there are any grung out there, but good luck trying to find a purple frog. But once again, if you find out about it, let me know.
Yeah. How do you set an auto reset level for a group? This is Dark Side.
Sorry.
I'm not too sure what you mean by that, Dark Side. Like for a trials group, or?
I mean, fortunately, you got 1 more minute to give us some clarifying information. While we wait for you to give us clarifying information, I will start to do the outro because we're ending a couple minutes early simply because the person who is running this stream is also the person running the next stream, and I got to get everything set up. Surprise. So we're going to end here in just a moment or two. Thank you so much for coming to Community Q&A with Lauren and Sean, with Sean and Lauren. Whichever order we want to do it. Make sure that you grab Worm Speaker Deacon. make sure you enjoy the rest of Trials. Come to our social media, come to our Discord, because we've got a lot of good stuff going on, especially to our Discord if you're looking for fun community members to join you in your Trials adventure. Thank you to Sasha and Jay, who have been our moderators for today. Thank you so much for all of your help, for all of the amazing questions, and for running the giveaways. Have I stalled long enough, Sean?
Yeah, you're good.
Okay.
Thanks, Jay and Sasha, as always.
Oh, I didn't know if you got any.
They said they got an answer, so they're okay.
Oh, okay, perfect. You
We're good.
are okay. So thanks for showing up. Hang out. Take a stretch break. Take a moment. Grab some water. Grab a stretch. Go grab some food if it's lunchtime, and then
That's me.
come back in about 7-ish minutes for Todd Kenrick doing an interview with Aaron M. Evans. Anything else you would like to add, Sean?
We love you very much. Thank you for coming to hang out with us as always, and I'll see you guys tomorrow morning.
Yeah, we'll see you next encounter. Bye.
Bye.
Oh wait, hold on.
Oh, hoods up. Let's go.
Ah.
Dragons represent.